Okay, so obviously we need to talk about the debate because we talked about the debate last week, and
Right.
ipso facto, due to some math product, we got to do it this week as well.
We have the transitive property. I believe that's the transitive property.
Oh.
I don't. Here's the thing. Every single comedian on Twitter wrote the hack joke. Flies are attracted to shit.
Oh my
God, reach a little higher. Jesus.
You want to know so that this is how I know that the bar was way too low for that joke, was that my own father texted me that joke before anybody online made it. Do you understand? John Bryan
He made that
beat
connection
all of
immediately.
you to the joke. Okay, not a professional comedian, a professional father. I'll give him that.
Mike Best.
That guy did not answer one question.
He didn't. It's not like, and to be fair, it's not like Kamala was exactly slinging answers to questions either. But he made her look like a straight shooter.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem. You're so bad that you made the other person look great. That's the issue.
I mean, the man's a robot, but I will say it is a superpower because he's so monotone with no energy. He's able to make these insane beliefs that these people, that he's a far right person, they seem reasonable. It's like, well, they want to hang you for having an abortion, but he said it in a nice tone. You can't get mad at the man.
He said
everyone has their opinions.
He said it as though he was ordering breakfast. He said it so.
He wants everybody to stick a crucifix up their ass, but he asked so nicely. I mean, the guy. Yeah.
All right, should we jump into this week's news?
Yes.
All right.
What a week. I think you should start it off.
What a week. I will, because this story is so silly. Okay. So, there was... All right. In Germany, which, to be honest, I never want to go there, but in Germany, a mitten crab, which is actually a pretty big crab considering its name, mitten, it waltzed into a German woman's home, and she just found it standing there like this.
That's a good crab.
And thank you. So she just put a trash can over it, like flipped it over. You know how you do it like a spider, but with a cup? She did it with a huge trash can, and just held it down while she called the police, and was like, "I have a crab."
How big is this crab?
It's pretty big. It's like this big.
Are they poisonous? Are they venomous crabs? Is that a thing?
I'm not.
I'm sorry, and feel free to call me ignorant, but aren't crabs near water usually? And is not Germany a landlocked state?
Yeah.
Or
so
country?
apparently these crabs have moved to a river in Germany, and it said that the crab popped out of the river and said, "I'm here to avenge Anne Frank." That's what he said.
Did it say that in the article?
No! No, it didn't say that in the article. What? This is Associated Press I'm reporting from. Not frickin' Huffington Post. Those guys know nothing.
Huffington Post.
It literally trapped with a trash can, and then they just brought him back to the river. I'm assuming he's gonna strike again for sure. That man had an agenda.
Yeah. I mean, when you come back from the grave as a crab, you don't give up, certainly.
No.
How far from the river is this woman's home?
Far enough. The crab traveled some ways.
He really made some distance. He was hitchhiking.
He had a little knapsack with him.
I gotta go gut it. Hold on. Interestingly, my story is also about a creature.
Really?
Following with the theme, this week both of my stories were sent to me by my father. If it were not for him, I would not have done this week's research. He sent me both articles, and I said I'm going to use them both before I even read them. And then I read them, and I went, good thing they're good. A poisonous, there have been multiple sightings of poisonous fuzzy caterpillars in Virginia. It's called the puss caterpillar, which feels wrong because they are pretty bushy, a little bushy. But they're adorable.
It's a very feminist caterpillar, okay?
This caterpillar is not shaving for your patriarchal needs. It's a fuzzy boy. that people have been seeing all over Virginia. And apparently, like, in the fuzz, there are, like, hollow little fuzzies. There are hollow ones that are, like, very venomous poison things, which this woman who got it, she said it felt like a burning knife, like a hot knife being stuck into her. It's like fevers, chills, fatigues, you're vomiting, and your whole body's in pain.
Wow. That
being said, the thing is very cute and cuddly. It does look like it deserves a pat. So, we're at an impasse. You know what I mean?
Sure. Well, this is good for Virginia because now they have something going on. So it's been a while.
And how about this? It's not even Virginia's. They're actually supposed to be in, like, Texas and, like, in the South, but I guess they made it up there.
They must have been really freaking disappointed when they got there. They were like, where's Six Flags? These people don't have anything here.
The fuzzy caterpillar, like, pops up and they're like, a lot of racists.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Virginia. Way to make Texas seem progressive.
As a kid, I used to pick up a lot of caterpillars, so this is a lot of them. So this is so many caterpillars. It's just like handfuls of them. We were on a walk the other day, and this kid who was probably a little, he picked up a caterpillar and was trying to show everyone. He was like, I got a caterpillar, and I was like, put that thing down. Like, we do not know if it's a poisonous one.
You know what upsets me is sometimes the animals, the cuter, the deadlier. And I don't like that. I don't appreciate that. You can't be adorable and kill me, but at the same time, if I'm taken out by an animal or whatever, I want it to be adorable. You know what I mean? Could you imagine if you're getting eaten by a big scary shark? I want to be smothered by puppies. Yeah. I would like to be, that's how I want to go. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or like ducks. Little baby ducks.
They just quack you to death with the little bills? How's that gonna kill you?
I don't know. They quack so much, drives me into insanity. I love ducks. Anyways.
You know what? You would be a duck if you were an animal.
Oh my god, thank you.
Yeah.
You would be a weasel. Did you see in Florida this week they caught the biggest python they've caught down there? 18-footer.
How big was it?
18-footer.
18-footer?
Yeah.
What's the girth on that bad boy?
I don't know. It was very weird. So when it, like, extends its muscles, it, like, grows out that way. But then when it was, like, completely caught and all scared, it, like, shrunk down to this big. It's very weird.
Why did they catch it? Where was it?
So apparently these pythons in the Everglades are, like, taking over too much of the regular habitat and everything.
It's python territory.
These sons of bitches are taking out the crocodiles and the alligator. I mean, they are massive.
They're just swallowing these bastards whole?
Yeah, so it's like free range to shoot and kill a snake if you want to. And so you got all these Floridians who are like, I'm meant to die anyway, so I'll go and take the damn thing. So then they go catch a snake, do some bath salts, and that's their thing.
Then they eat each other. What's beautiful about the Everglades is, like, don't they have the swamp boats with the fan boats? Yeah. Just all swamp. It's disgusting. I never want to go down
so
there.
Gross.
Everything's going to kill you. If it's not the animals, it's the people. Yeah. That'll kill you. I think we take a page out of the early 2000s classic film, Anaconda. We send J-Lo, Ice Cube down there, and they take this thing out. Mm-hmm. Boom. Mm-hmm.
Yep, I think that's the next move. If not, we can just take out the whole state.
That's why we need a government that's competent. If it was a Democratic president, Ice Cube would already be en route. Okay?
He would already be in one of those little boats, flying his way down there.
You just see J-Lo on Instagram, like with a cigarette, standing on top of the python's body.
Honestly, and she would look great while she did it.
She looks great doing anything.
Yeah.
If you guys, everyone's a loyal fan. A lot of people watch every episode. If you paid attention last week, this actually has to do with it. A Louisiana priest was arrested for having a threesome in the church on the altar. Someone saw him through the window, recorded it, and brought it to the authorities. this priest, whilst he was wearing priestly garments. So like he was obviously, some sort of collar in play. And he was banging these two people on the altar. But get this, it goes further. They're not just normal parishioners, dropping their bloomers, getting it on with the priest. These are two dominatrixes that were hired, one of which is an adult film store, and I don't look down upon that. Sex work is beautiful if you choose to do that. But that's what I'm saying, is last week we talked about the article that BDSM is taking over, and now you see, you know what, even priests, they're like, I gotta get in on that action.
You know what? I feel like they normally, a priest-wise, would not be doing something that public, that, like, open in the full-on dealio. But you know what? These are sick and twisted times.
What's frustrating to me is, number one, who's this narc that saw the priest down to three consenting adults, and had to bring under the cops.
And they watched it like 5 times in a row before they reported it.
My problem with this is he's facing jail time, or he could face up to 3 years in jail for this, for like having sex in a public place because of the church.
But nobody's
which is also his home. You can make an argument that it's also his home. It's not like it was like some sort of weird sex cult situation.
That's literally, I think it's totally fine what he did. I honestly do. No one was in there. He has every right. We're just not supposed to use the space at all?
2 points against, I will say, not to flip-flop on myself, but he was not only, was he like I forget the word for it, the head priest or whatever, the lead priest. He was leading priest at the church. But ahead of time, one of the adult film star, one of the dominatrixes, she tweeted, like, about to go to Louisiana and defile a house of God. So this was a pre-planned thing. So this priest asked her to link up with another dominatrix and come defile this house of God. I'm not a God-fearing Christian anymore. I was grown up Catholic. This was Catholic, obviously. But, not a good look.
It's messed up until it's not. Because it's messed up, like, you're right, you shouldn't do it. On the other hand, we got 210,000 people dead due to a pandemic. What's really out of line anymore? Like, are people,
there's no line.
No one's using the church anyway, right?
He's certainly putting it to use, I'll tell you that.
I just feel like we don't
He's offering some gifts on that altar, I'll tell you that.
I hope they got paid a decent amount. What is funny is if they got paid by the people of the church.
Oh, he paid him in the offerings?
Sorry, all of your payment comes in all these tiny envelopes, hope you don't mind.
God forbid the money went to some hard-working dominatrixes in Louisiana.
He pays them by just, like, passing the tray.
I'm picturing this woman wearing the corset, the leather outfit, the high boots, of carrying the tabernacle. Like, that's her payment. And she's just walking with it out, and she's like, all right, thanks for business.
All right, thank you so much. She's got a sleeve of the freaking crackers, just like... She's popping wafers. Okay, so my story is, this is actually really big news that a lot of people were talking about, but 13 people have been charged in trying to kidnap the Michigan governor. And, which, first of all, let's just call it what it is. Very happy that it didn't, the FBI intervened, said absolutely not, they got caught, whatever. But at the same time, it's like, who, in history of crime, I listen to a lot of Crime Junkie, all this stuff, 13 people involved in something like this, it's gonna get out of the bag.
It's, okay, too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yes.
If you've seen any film, you need a tight, small team. You know what I mean?
Right.
It needs to be, also, here's the thing. The goal of kidnapping the governor was to start a civil war. It's honestly, I'm tired of ugly white men that just want to shoot somebody. You know what I mean? And they're trying to just, like, make it happen. It's like, get over yourself.
It's so played out. You can't even...
It's like, they don't have chins, so they have to start killing. And it's upsetting.
It's really, really annoying. And it's also like...
I didn't read the article, but explain to me how kidnapping this woman would have led to a civil war. Like, what was the ABC? What was the connection that like... And also, these people calling for a civil...
Because she's a Democrat. So the whole thing was that we're going to kidnap her. We're all these white dudes, and we're going to kidnap her and cause an uproar with the Democrats between the Republicans and blah, 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 blah. And you know how people view things, which is that, like, if you're a Republican, you're white and you're whatever, and if you're a Democrat, you're a person of color or a white hippie and whatever. So, like, that's where the divide is. Their name, they called themselves the Wolverine Watchmen.
Can you imagine? They start every meeting, like, when they come in, they're like, hey, John, hey, Bob, and they go, you know, like the Wolverine. They have that's their secret handshake. Watchmen, you know.
Well, it's like, I don't even know how they all, in my mind, they all meet together.
That's not a good name. It's too long.
No, it's awful. It's awful. They probably all live in their mom's basements. Maybe they have tunnels connected between each one, like little rats that can intervene and whatever. And then they have one safe meeting space. But I don't understand how you can have these conversations over the internet and think that the FBI hasn't caught on.
You know what's upsetting about this is that these people, their lives are so sad and they're so desperate to kind of, I guess, blame it on someone else that they're doing this. Mm-hmm. Like, read a book. Just like,
one book.
Go on a run.
Go on a run. Go on a walk. Why don't you let's go outside? How about you go to the grocery store?
Watch a little New Girl. You know what I mean? Get some culture.
Yeah. Have some cereal.
I don't see... Could you imagine sitting at home and being like, God, I gotta join this militia. I gotta join up.
The screens have taken over their entire... So they just wake up, probably get online, you know, and then they're it's so yucky.
It's the... You know what it is? It's the 4chan, it's the 8chans, where it's like these sad... losers, for all intents and purposes, are just kind of like, you want to talk about, they're like the liberal echo chamber, coastal elites. These people are just online being like, it's not your fault. It's not your fault either, buddy. It's not our fault. It's our fault.
They're deranged.
Like, yeah.
They are so creepy. Like, they're the type of person, like, when you, like, go to the grocery store, like, that person who is wearing, they can go, this is what's scary about them, they go unnoticed. Like, they have just, like, a basic... like Kohl's jeans on, a regular like maroon hoodie. They look sad, dirty. They have those glasses, you know what I'm talking about? The ones that are like a narrow rectangle.
Oh, I know. And the rim is just a little too thick, but it's also not too thin.
Yeah. They don't have the yeah. They're creepy, and they like don't have like a mustache or facial hair, but they have that fuzz. And they have like...
or what they have, they always have the facial hair with just one thing doesn't belong. Like one beard, nothing here. Or like a mustache that's a little too wide or something. Yep. And here's my problem with
their father never taught them how to shave.
The problem also is they're homophobic. They think they're like what it means to be a man. Women are only after these cucks. These like, we're real men, militia men. But your whole life is playing make-believe and pretend. You're playing dress-up. You're literally having adult tea parties where you get together and you wear camo and you're like, we're army men. And that's the gayest thing I've ever seen. Sorry.
They like all, they all have like weak ankles. They can be taken out like one kick at the side. The Wolverine Watchmen did not expect to be hit in their Achilles heel one by one. And
what's amazing too is during their meetings they're like, Jeb, you are on to something. They're like, they have put together such a foolproof plan. And do they even do it? Did they even get it done? Or did somebody probably posted on Facebook like, about to kidnap tomorrow, stay tuned, and then they got caught?
Yeah, they were like, this is my kidnapping outfit, got a black hoodie, what do you think? $12.88 at Walmart. Thoughts? You know what's crazy though is that like in their head they think that the cops want them on their squad. Like they're like, we're doing our buddies a favor. You know, like
they're the people that go to the lineup, they know like the police codes and they're like, they're giving the fist, they're deep in their voices, they're like, hey, yeah, we're on your team. And the cops are like, can you not? Imagine being so bad that even the cops are like, we don't need this right now.
We don't.
What a week!
What a week. Well, Well, hey guys, it's been so good as usual. Follow us on the gram. Subscribe to our beautiful thing we got going here. And yeah. Thanks.